Hey, folks. Welcome to the Friday Night Live that got pushed to Saturday night because I'm out here in Camden, Tennessee as a Special Operations Equipment Compound for the Spring Self Reliance Festival. Um, so we're Saturday evening now. Just finished up a remarkably good dinner of pulled pork, brisket, and all kinds of fixings. And this is, every time this is basically a family reunion. This is what this has turned into for me. Um, Always an opportunity to promote the business, but really it's to catch up with folks. So just uh, just today, I mean, it's going to be a long list. Tim Riley, Toolman Tim, Brian from the Lots Project, his lovely wife Corey, Becky Cook, uh, Jeremy with One Step Closer. Uh, Plenty of familiar faces whose names I need to remember from catching up with last year. It's been it's been a really good Saturday. Uh, I'm not really going to go through a whole bunch of catching up from the week. It was busy and it went by in a blur. I just know I was full of had a full schedule of getting everything ready to be out of town. That was kind of my main thing to get squared away, get the sheep all good to go, and that sort of thing. um, I actually did not get to catch too many presentations today because I did spend most of the first day catching up with people, getting ready for the foraging class that's going to happen here on Monday, and getting ready for the foraging walk that I held. So I'm probably gonna end up buying the digital pass to go back and catch everybody's presentations. I'm sure they were good. I know that Becky Cook, the the I am adjacent to the campfire, so there's going to be some background conversation here. But uh, Becky Cook, Tim's wife, Toolman Tim, Workshop Radio, gave a presentation on how she is building and overcoming adversity with the daycare business, and I was able to catch most of that, and that was wonderful. So be looking for that. I'm sure Tim filmed that. I'm sure that's going to pop up on his channel at some point. Uh, I am so proud of those two. They're like the ultimate power couple. I admire them greatly, and they're wonderful friends. Um, Off Grid and Growing is out here. Sean of Sean and Jess. There are some of my neighbors just a little bit west of where I'm at. They're out here representing Landstruck, which is a uh, company that deals in helping people find raw land. So Landstruck is a good resource if you're somebody that's looking to develop raw land for a homestead or an off-grid property, getaway property, that sort of thing. Um, the foraging walk I held was very well attended, 20 or 30 people as far as I can tell. Spent about 45 minutes walking around. I pointed out quite a few things just in the campground area here at SOE. Tomorrow morning I'm going to get out there and flag things along the main route for the Monday class. I kind of did this. I did this mentally in February, and I'm going to come back and do it physically this year to just so I have visual cues, so I know what to point out to people. Sometimes I get to talking and answering questions, and I keep walking, and I overlook things. So there's specific things I want to point out this time of year. Let's see, what else have we gotten into today? I know Nicole from Living Free in Tennessee, and Amanda from SOE, and Dawn Gorham from Gorham Homestead did a panel on their perspective as women in the preparedness and homesteading movement. That was just solid, actionable material for sure from them. Got to talk to Nick Ferguson's here, Homegrown Liberty and Rare Plant Store. We got to talk about fodder trees a little bit, and his presentations are tomorrow, so I've made sure I'm going to be able to catch those. I just planted 36 of his fodder trees into a swale in my zone 1, so I am looking forward to propagating off those trees and building up that part of the homestead, that part of the level of resilience that we're working to reach here. I had some really nice interaction with folks who are curious and are wanting to push forward on plant and tree ID for their property. That's definitely something that I'm doing more of these days. I like the design aspects. I like the consulting, but this aspect of land study, understanding what plants are in your area, why they're there, what they indicate, how you may use them, how you may propagate them, or if it's something that we need less of, if it's things that overtake an ecosystem, become overly invasive or aggressive, how to manage all that kind of stuff. So, um, looking forward to getting a few more folks on the calendar for those offerings, and that's one of those things that has really grown, by word of mouth for the most part. So, uh, I don't know if I've really addressed it directly here so much, but I can go onto a property and everything's just kind of priced by acre, or you can designate a certain number of acres. I don't have to search all 40 of your acres. Um, and I tag the trees, identify them, tag them if you want, take photos, including photos with a GPS tag. All that information gets uploaded into a Google document, photos and descriptions, and then a link to basically further information. There'll be like a little summary, but mostly all the information will be contained within the link about the uses of that tree, whether it's or plant, whether it's medicinal, edible, fiber, wood, fence post, uh, so on. So that is an offering that I have, and it is everything's on the homepage of the website at strongrootsresources.com. Everything's, I can do that separately from the design. So scroll down, you'll see the pricing for that. And, don't be afraid to reach out. And if you need to barter or negotiate or whatever, um, there's lots of ways to make this happen. So I'm always happy to have that conversation with people. Um, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I am just about out of gas. I have had a really full day, got up early, had a lot of people interaction. It's all been great. My energy's been good because I slept really well. Um, but as you can tell behind me, the sun has gone down. I still have to drive a half hour to Waverly to stay at my great friend Melissa's house, who graciously offers to put me up every time I'm on this end of the state. So I don't have to sleep on the ground. I don't have to be cold. So I'm just going to say, throw Self-Reliance Festival on your radar. We'll do it again in October. We're doing it tomorrow too. It's selfreliancefestival.com. If you are looking to find like-minded people, build your tribe, build your community, it never fails. I will come out here. I will drive 4 hours away from Knoxville, and I will find somebody who lives within 20 minutes of me. It is very common. And it's just funny how that works out. It brings in a few hundred people, and it's big enough to make connections, but small enough to keep it personal and to have quality conversations with people. If you're interested in all these folks who have, the big YouTube followings, there's Grumpy Acres. Speaking of, I had a good conversation with Darren earlier. They're cooking food for everybody down here. These folks that we follow on YouTube that we learn so much from, we get a lot of value from. This event is small enough where you can hang out. You can hang out, you can have conversations and get your questions answered and make those kind of connections. So it's, at one point, early on, Tim was just some guy I knew, knew from the internet. And then we met, I guess it was at Nicole's first, although we've been corresponding for a while. We met at Nicole's for her spring workshop just later this month. And then, they kept coming down. They found property down here. I'm going to help them develop and design that property. I mean, this is just the way to go about it. So definitely throw that on your radar, and I'll keep you guys updated on that. I'll do a more thorough after action review at the next live stream for sure. So it's a short one, but I just want to check in with you guys. So everybody have a good evening. Take care of yourselves, and we'll talk to you next time.